what we cast him 2 weeks ago on this map. I believe it was Robin and Sliggy trying to AWP CT versus CT AWP versus them. I just couldn't really get anything rolling. Anyway, Robin, we've seen him play this ninja position so often, trying to catch these players off guard. The question is though, on LAN, will they be checking those finer details? Will it catch them off guard?
It's true. We're gonna have to wait and see how this one will unfold. Obviously, taking that aggression early towards mid. Sliggy, in previous times, we've seen how effective he can be in these pistol rounds with his aggression towards mid on that CT half. MnM, though, they need to step up massively. Obviously, the welcome mat is down. They're going to try and use this aggression. Could the window boost be their downfall? The aggression comes through from Sliggy, trying to connect the headshot, but struggling so far, forced to reposition.
He is indeed. Sliggy towards window. Good flash comes in. Will blind Stanley. That means the first frag already found for the side of MnM.
Damage has been done though. The trades come back through and FM start to do one better until Batham capitalizes early, comes in with that headshot. Now trying to realize the situation left now in a 3 versus 3. Aggression towards Connector. Pulse with a headshot on towards Sliggy. Fry as well. Dropping Keita, just leaving Batham left to try and retake this on his lonesome. It's going to be awkward as he makes his approach. Has to try and smoke on the bomb. Just lop it down. Has to go and get the defuse. Will not go his way. Pulse with a response. Headshot comes through and FM kick it off.
At least they bought a kit though. Right, at least Batham has bought the kit. Still though, very easy around there for FM. You see they went towards underpass, outside connector, bottom of window. Flash comes in. I believe it's actually an FM flash, but it blinds Stanley, and that meant that his first kill went in favor of Sliggy. The problem is though, he finds that first kill towards window, but 4 players are charging up connector, and Robin playing Ninja is so exposed towards a connector split. And that position Robin played, definitely not going in his favor. Still, pistol going on the side of FM. This is unusual. Usually it's MnM winning so many pistol rounds versus FM. Will FM be able to carry it forward? Get the next round versus this force buy. You can see Sliggy as well buying the scout. Has no one but has the scout, which means no AWP and a lack of utility as well going into the first buy round. But Quicks starts it off fast with a 1D.
That is beautiful as well. You kick things off with that fantastic frag. You instantly put yourselves in a more manageable situation as well with a scout on Sliggy. If they could just get some damage out with these pistols, at least transfer some tags over, Sliggy could very easily roam around and start to pick off a couple of players from FM.
Could indeed, especially with that SMG as well. You want that $600 cash. Problem is that the other player on the other end of that smoke is Robin. Batham finds a frag onto Fry 1. We're in a 5 versus 3.
The aggression starts to come out. It's looking good so far. This could be a huge eco round. If MnM pick this up, the instant reset coming back through, it would be a nice way to try and kick off the game for them. They have to keep up this playstyle. So far, it's been calm, cool, and collective. It's very different to what we expect from MnM, and they go one better now as well. Weber will be dropped. Keita wielding that 5-7 to a very high pedigree. Nilzinho trapped on the bomb site. Will find a frag, but that's always going to be able to muzzle his way through. As Pulse dropping onto the site, struggling. Quicks goes huge. That is a hat trick for the man. The Deagle damage has been done, and they reset them.
I spoke to Nilzinho, and I said, how are you feeling about Mirage? Just as we're standing outside the loos waiting for a piss, and he goes, this team, MnM, they've watched every single Mirage demo on our T-sides. They know exactly what we do. And you can see there, they win the pistol, FM, they take it, but the force buy going in favor of MnM, they know to close off connector. They know to play heavy towards that connector positioning. That first frag that Batham found as well, the Deagle, so fundamental to cement that 1-1 scoreline. Smokes now from FM. They're going to go for the fast charge towards the A-bomb site. Problem is Batham's towards Sandwich.
Batham should be caught alight though. He's going to be turned into a toasty at this point as he gets taken down. The frag will come through off the back of Stanley. Looking good so far into this round. They need to utilize that aggression. That's the best way to play it out when you don't have the advantage in terms of your arsenal. But these SMGs are reigning supreme as they dispatch everyone in their immediate proximity. They begin to back off now. Play from these afterplants. They've done the hard part. You get the bomb down. You encroach your way into the bomb sites, but now they just need to stay alive and run the time down. Pulse, awkward situation to try and fight his way through. Will get eliminated. You can see Stanley as well going for a huge play here. The full rotate back round to try and pincer from Connector as Keita dispatches one of his own teammates and then links on to actually take down Nilzinho. Stanley has just arrived, but he was too late. The rotate is far too risky. Had to run the risk, but didn't work out. 2 kits there. Batham, or was it Sliggy and Batham, sorry. Having the kits there meant that bomb diffuser in the smoke was just too quick for Stanley there on the fast and the long rotate towards Connector. 2-1, FM lose the force buy. You can see the difference between the structured team and the mix, right? The finite details, the Molotov sandwich, the smokes, the flashes, all there for a reason. But still not quite enough. The retake going in favor of MnM means that he currently have 1 round advantage. Armor only on 2 players, but Pulse kicks it off with a frag onto Robin. Quick trade there from Sliggy. Nicely done as he finds that frag back on towards Pulse, leaving them in this 4 versus 4 very early on. MnM have been looking good, and they should, out of respect, you'd imagine, go through, pick up this round, and set themselves up for what could possibly be a good CT half.
Yeah, exactly that. Especially the players without armor. You want a clean anti-eco here from MnM. Find the frags onto the SMGs, have multiple players stay alive, but as I say that, Sliggy does fall, meaning a one-man advantage still for the side of FM.
Left in a good situation off the back of that. This could be another reset potentially coming out as they work their way through. Nilzinho gets the tags off on towards Quick, but it's going to be Keita to actually go down first as Stanley will execute him using that UMP. The push comes through towards the A-bomb site. Once again, Bayfam is always in these scenarios trying to defend this site with his life, but can he actually do it this time around? 2K comes out. Bayfam looking ready as he fires off these hot shots, connecting these 2 headshots, hungry for more as well. Peeks back through, but Stanley is too much of a beast to take down at this point. Quick's long-range UMP will connect the headshot on towards Nilzinho. Has to get the last one, though. Will be caught with his pants down, fumbling with nades as he got the smoke out. And Stanley, a simple frag will come through. It's a quad kill for the man, and another round on the board for FM. 2-2 now.
Massive round there for the side of FM. On their T side, you reset the money as well for MnM. Can have a strong buy regardless though. 3 and 4 M4s hit, and then Baytham on that 5-7. Already seen he's strong with these pistols. Can he carry it forward now versus the buy from FM? Only 2 players buying armor in that previous round, and somehow they pull it through. Standing with a crazy 4K with the M4. Means this game suddenly could be on the flip side, right? Initially, I was going to say we have a game on our hands. MnM win the A site retake. They could start climbing and cementing a lead on their CT side, but that round there, losing versus that eco, could be the final nail in the coffin. I know I might be saying that a bit too early, but we saw FM win 16 rounds in a row on Cash and win that first map 16-3, so these scorelines can still heavily favour FM.
It's true. And we know they're no stranger to Mirage as well. It's a map that they do excel on. Sliggy will kick things off as he finds the opening headshot off on towards Stanley. Finally, MnM will get the opening frags. In the past, though, they've been able to get the opening kill, and then the trade starts to rain through. This time around, it's very awkward to get that trade back on towards Sliggy. They will be stuck in this 4 versus 5 for a brief period of time. If MnM can make this gap larger, there is potential.
Yep, CT side is towards connector. T side as well, it's Robin. On the stairs now, peeks towards ramp. Spots a player. Towards connector as well. Wobber does fall. 2-man advantage, make it 3. As Fry 1 does fall as well. Making it only a 1 versus 5 now for Pulse with the AWP. Not really too much you can do there.
Everyone has been obliterated. Pulse as well. Not the type of shots you expect the man to miss. Usually on dominant form whenever he has this absolute cannon of a weapon in his hands, but peeks round. Robin had the better angle. Simple shot to take him down. He was so low at that point. And MnM come back through. It's a game of resets at this point. No one can link these rounds together.
FM look different. On their T sides, it's not what I'm used to seeing. We're used to seeing top of connector smoke, window smoked, all these smokes and flashes that come out. Yes, they're versus M4s. Maybe if they're playing versus an AWP, they'll change it up. The problem for me is, I spoke to Nilzinho, I said, he knows that MnM know his T side. Is he overthinking the calling? Is he changing the calling on the fly? Is that the problem right now for FM? Still a fast split towards that B-bomb site bomb and short push.
Could be scary if that is the case. You can see Sliggy and Robin as well doing damage. Just this dynamic duo peeking out at the right time to find the opening frags. Keita as well. Defense comes through towards the B-bomb site, but unfortunately will be punished by Stanley as he slips his way in. Wielding that Tech 9, spamming down, upgrade to the M4 as well. Will get another frag on Sliggy, but still 2 casualties on the side of the CT half. Will not bother them too much. They have the cash to play with. The buys will come back through. But the same can't be said for FM.
You can see as well the money, 6,000 on some of these players. They have the money now to buy and purchase that AWP. Sliggy will either go towards the mid window, right? We've last saw them play on Mirage is always Robin going towards mid and then Sliggy going towards B short. Have they changed it up now? Yes. Robin playing towards, where is he right now? I believe he's towards connector again. So they have changed up the setup, and this is, I like this. I like this. Before, it was Robin towards mid of the AWP and Sliggy rifling towards B short. Now you've got Quickstead towards B short, and this changes up the setup from the CT side, but I like it. It plays to the strengths more of MnM, and now the AWP in middle from Sliggy. Can that be the game changer here? As this force buy comes in with the pistols, they execute towards A.
Bayfam ready for the push to come through. We'll get the opener. Actually, it's going to be Robin that set them alight. Bayfam still firing through as well now, trying to connect these shots as it's just Pulse left. Trapped in an awkward situation as he will be eliminated. And MnM already have more rounds than they did in the previous matchup. 5 on the board now. They're looking better.
This is the round. AWP on Nilzinho. This is what we saw previously for FM. Neilzini on the AWP, he goes and he holds mid-window, they smoke off the top of connector, they smoke off short, they flash all these angles, and they get the players in position. They get Pulse, Stanley close towards connector, close towards B short, flash in for those aggressive faces. And right now, could we see them doing it again? Smoke top mid, Robin there with the connector smoke as well for himself. Peeks over the smoke, doesn't quite spot anything just yet. Still, very passive player from FM.
Sliggy still just trying to go for this fight. You can see that open style coming into effect. This is a very different setup to what we're actually used to seeing from MnM as well in their play style right now. And it seems to be working out better for them. In the past few times we've seen them both come up like this, it's been going wrong for them on their CT half, but they're actually looking very good.
Yeah, they're indeed. They're a man down though. The AWP is still alive on Sliggy, and this is a good change of pace here for MnM. They lose control of mid, so they take control of a different part of the map. You can see Robin being the shot caller in that scenario there, the two of them. It's a good style of play. Fry one. Heard the flashes, heard the steps, he knows they're close.
Oh, Sliggy as well glides through the air, an acrobat as he connects that shot, hungry for more as well, but he's getting spammed upon and has to try and reposition. Surely he gets taken down by Weather here that can rattle a couple of bullets into Impulse. We'll find another frag on towards Keita as the push starts to unfold towards the B bomb site. It looked like they still had a chance to claw this round back, but now they're in way too much of a deficit. It's going to be an awkward retake, and it gets even worse as the headshot comes through from Pulse on towards Batham. Robin, left with just 10 HP, might as well just try and scuttle out of there and save.
Yeah, not really too much you can do with 10 HP. The money is low for FM, so you can play for exit frags. Problem is, though, actually the money isn't quite that bad. 9,000 there on Quicks, 5,000 on Batham, 9,000, sorry, 3,000 there on Robin and Sliggy, so keep this gun alive, save yourself having to rebuy armor, kit and flashbang, and the M4, of course. Still, though, solid round there for FM. You can see them going back to their roots, that works. Neilzini on the AWP, the riflers, raining down terror in that middle area, flashing those angles, peeking towards B short, peeking connector from mid, instead of what? First buy round we saw one player go mid, Neilzini go alone mid. We saw Pulse go with an AWP towards A ramp. We saw 3 towards A ramp, 1 B, 1 mid. It was just scattered. It wasn't their default, take control of middle, and then play off of that. Still, the buy will be strong on both sides here. 4 rifles and AWP on both sides. How will the AWP on Neilzini play into this round? Going towards B apps this time. Has a good spawn. Might try and beat the other AWP that goes to peek there, if Sliggy wants to go for that peek. Or maybe going to try and catch someone out jump spawning.
Oh, aggression coming through. You can see he tried to take the fight there early, hoping that it might pay off, but Neilzini, it's that passive style of AWPing. That contact AWP that we spoke about can be so deadly, and it works fantastically. Smart players as well. In these previous rounds over on Cash, where we saw MnM get taken down first, they would instantly react off the back of it and try and swarm the site and get the trade bag back. Whereas FM play a lot smarter than that. They get the opening pick, they realize they don't need to overwhelm, they don't need to flood their way towards the bomb site. They just chill out.
They keep the advantage. They don't risk anything. You can see as well the bomb is slowly going towards B. Keita, though, played alongside Sliggy, Batham for many, many years. Oh, the chemistry show here. Smoke comes in. Bad smoke. It was too deep. The flashback comes in. He spots Stanley and the bomb.
They've got the information now, but what are they actually going to do with it? Sliggy as well is forced to reposition. You can see him panicking though as the flashbang comes in. Luckily enough, he was turned away from it, and there is a delayed push. Will get one frag, but the trade comes back through, leaving them in a 2 versus 3. A tight fight towards that B bomb site. Can they defend it though? Robin repositioning. Could this be where Robin returns to form? Unfortunately not. Only claims 1 before he gets taken down. Executed by Weber as the headshot comes through, and it is Batham. Once again, the man that's supposed to be the prolific rifler. The one that is supposed to do the damage in these rounds, and he can't achieve anything. It's going to be too much power over on the side of FM. The AWP shot comes through. Will get picked off. And MnM lose another round.
If you're going to AWP towards B and you have a bad spawn, you have to have that player that plays towards short, boost you towards Van, boost you on the balcony, and that way you don't have this disadvantage. You saw there, Neilzini has a good spawn from mid and B. He decides an obstacle goes towards B. He beats the AWP peak every single time with the best spawn. To counter that, you're supposed to boost. Problem is, though, this isn't a structured, layered team. It's just on the fly. They even said in the preface they've never played a prac before, so the finite details being skipped, going in favor of them. So that 1 round advantage for MnM, but they're on quite a weird buy here. Armor on Quicks with the M4, but not really too much you can do with this.
Nades start to roam their way through the air as well. These little Molotov strikes going off. Map control, once again, has been taken very easily by FM. The thing is, they're giving up so much map control, but they're supposed to defend the choke points, and they just can't at this point. Quicks as well, going to give the game away, forced to reposition. If they don't focus, he might be able to get a backstab off potentially. Smart play from Pulse will force his hand. Takes a lot of damage as he gets trapped, and meanwhile on the B bomb site, Keita gets taken out of the sprinting AWP of Nilzinho. Here's Quicks with a backstab though, trying to do damage, gets a 2k, hungry for more as well. This is great so far, leaving Weber trapped in a 1 versus 3. Over by Forest, spots him out, just these little taps. Dinks going through, but can't quite connect the shots. You can see him panicking. Knows that he is surrounded by all angles as the clock starts to tick away. Headshot though, Sliggy will be eliminated. Back of his head landing down in the shot, leaving Weber to just try and dispatch 2 more members of MnM. Shots go through, whizzing around as he repositions, tiptoeing, hoping that he can get the drop on the players. Struggling though, as they have good angles to try and defend. We'll just bide his time as he tries to take the fight. Quicks playing from short, scoped in. Surely, if Weber peeks, he gets taken down here. And then the push can come through from Robin with a trade. Weber playing it smart though as he makes his approach through, but there it is. Quicks will connect the AWP shot and take him down.
I can hear Quicks shouting, up short, up short, up short, from where sat just across the room from them, screaming the charge onto that B bomb site. Drops out of CPL behind 3 of those players, lands 2 nice headshots. Nilzinho whiffing that AWP shot and making it 6-4 now. Money reset for FM. Gonna go for the quasi-buy. Fry1 having to fully force here. Means he'll be on Tech 9 for both of these rounds. No Molotov, so this might be a different take towards the A-bomb site. Smokes go out for jungle and stairs. They could very fast get up connector here.
Flashes do start to roam over. Once again, that aggressive play towards mid. This time the Molotov going down might transfer a little bit of damage. You can see FM as well. They've received a fair bit of splash damage from those nades early into the round, and everyone has taken a bit of a dink. Fight will come through towards window, but Sliggy reigns supreme once again. Quicks as well connects the shot off on towards Fryer, but these Tech 9s finally start to cause a stir. Stanley, he's been upgraded to a rifle as well and connects the headshot back on towards Batham, now leaving them in a 3 versus 2 where they have control of the A bomb site.
It's absolutely absurd. Keita on the fast rotate, might actually catch Stanley with the bomb. Bomb not planted, a minute left on the clock though. Just Weber and Nilzinho left last alive.
The piece come around, but Quicks fires a little bit prematurely. Nice headshot though as he goes running and gunning. Tapping it down on towards Weber. Keita has the angle covered as well. This should be an easy frag for him. And he does the damage, getting around on the board for MnM. They're looking crisp right now over on their CT half.
Was the quasi-buy though for FM. No bomb plant means they will not be buying up into this one, and if they do, you'll be seeing a Tech 9 on Fry1. Stanley can buy AK Hellhammer, but no utility. They will buy. Actually, the drop there. The AK drop from Nilzinho won't buy the AWP, so this could be, again, another mid-take. This could be the B smokes. We saw Ezio on the analysis desk said that they had a very good B take, right? And he didn't want to talk about it because they weren't in game, they didn't have the headsets on or whatever. It's a B fake. It's not actually a B hit. You fake B, you do a line of smokes, you block off all information. You smoke balcony, you smoke the center of site, you smoke the first archway where Kvixfish was, and you block off all information. You send 1 player out with a bunch of flashbangs, 2 other players that throw smokes, they run, underpass, and they charge towards the A bomb site, and you go for a fast A hit with the B fake. That's the strat. Will we see it? I'm not too sure.
Sticking out, holding for this aggression to come through. In his prior rounds, he's done a very effective job so far of actually defending that window control, and Robin as well. Surely he overpowers them towards connector, but they had to drop on him as the smoke dissipates. They come through. Weber as well. Look at the timing. Smart play on display as he comes through. Quicks will try and retaliate as he finds that frag back on towards Weber, leaving them in a 2 versus 3 as the approach comes round towards the bomb site. Keita will sprint now, trying to peek from CT. The fight comes through. Pulse will take him down, and it just falls back on Quicks. So much utility to play with. Has that all-important kit as well, but they're in sublime afterplants. Surely he can't achieve this, Nods.
Yep, he knows their money's low. Any guns he can take out of the T's hands right now, any frag he finds will dent the T economy so drastically. Problem is that will he find any of these kills?
He comes through. Stanley basically just getting away for free now. He's also going to try and take the fight towards him before he ups to back off. Luckily, Quicks will save onto that abundance of things he has in his inventory. Obviously invested a lot into this round. It's great that he doesn't get taken down, but FM can bounce back.
7-5 is the scoreline, and the money reset for MnM now. They're going to go for the force buy though. They have an M4. Quicks can also drop over the SMG. Could be seeing a UMP onto Sliggy here. Still waiting, still deciding. Doesn't have enough anymore. Instead to bought nades in the kit, so going to be the scout on Sliggy instead. SMG on Weber, and then 4 AKs for the FM side. 5 rounds on the T side, and I mentioned in the preface as well that it's their CT side that's weak and the T side that's so strong. MnM already on 7 rounds. Definitely a big... This could be a very strong game for them so far, Mirage.
It's true. A lot of potential for this to be a fantastic display as the push comes through now. Taking that short control. B has been under constant contention. Can Stanley find some more frags? He's been looking on point. Won't actually even need to as Pulse backs him up. Headshot comes off on towards Quick. Stanley on the hunt as he roams around trying to take these aggressive angles. Headshot on Robin, but it seems like they aren't aware of the position of Keita as he strikes out and won't only get the first frag, doubles it up as well, taking down Pulse. Hungry for more as his teammate starts to rotate over, but Keita will fight all on his lonesome. Almost finds the kill, but Nilzinho left with a mere 2 HP. Can fight his way through. Sliggy just going to tap the bomb now, trying to draw them in. The flashbangs go over. Sliggy isn't completely aware of his position as he's just going for these taps.
Oh.
Held the bomb, had to just try and stay locked onto it, and Nilzinho will slay him.
6-7 is the scoreline now. Money in decent shape here for FM. They're going to have to go for the reinvestment rebuys after Stanley and Co did fall. 4,000 on Nilzinho. Only 2 rounds left though. MnM going for the full eco. They're playing for 8-7. 8-7 on your CT side Mirage isn't great, isn't brilliant, but the fact they're playing versus FM, such a strong T-sided team on this map, definitely a much better showing than what we saw in Cash. FM though, 5AK is going to go for the fast, well I say fast, the contact B play. Be walking into Keita, we saw him have 2 great backstab kills in the previous round. Can he repeat it?
They just slowly make their approach through. They're going to walk their way out. Keita playing over by Forest, but he gets obliterated. That is crazy from Stanley. That flick can break a wrist. Fry as well. Connection off on towards Quicks as he takes him down, leaving just 3 players left. This is a very, very crisp execute as they've just waddled their way through and destroyed everyone. Fantastic play from Stanley once again, showing how deadly he can be. And the thing is as well, statistically, he's always been such an insane player on Mirage.
Yep. That T side, you get him towards connector, you get him up B shot, he will find you those entry frags. Very similar play to Elige, right? Stanley plays on a 3.5 sense, very, very high sense, very good at clearing those angles. We saw there what happened to Keita. Spots him, but a 180 swift headshot. That's the style player is. I always compare him to Elige because Elige, very high sense, very strong entry fragger. And the role he plays as well is very similar. Still, 7-7 is the scoreline now. MnM, they're going to go for the bye in the final round of the first half of the second map, the ESL Prem Finals. Can they make this 8-7? If they win Pistol, suddenly they're at 11. It's 11-7 on their T side. Can they win that first bye round of the second half? So many questions to be answered. No AWP here for MnM. Then again, what room do you have with the AWP versus FM when they play this slow and steady mid-take style of Counter-Strike? The AWP really isn't what you want to use.
It's true. It isn't going to be that effective up against this aggression that has been on display. We need to see more from Robin, it seems, as well, as he's just not been that star potential. It's really been Quicks as the man that's been stepping up the most. And sure, MnM have 7 rounds on the board, but you've got to wonder if everyone started to pull together and really fire from all cylinders, how different that scoreline could be, even into this potential matchup. But there it is. Robin will start things off. The Swedish strike as he comes through, eliminating Stanley. And that is quite a huge impact frag as well. Unfortunately, will be taken down from behind, sprayed in the rear by Fry. Batham will be the one once again to try and defend this A bomb site, it seems, as they rev themselves up for an attack.
We saw him get a 2K towards CT. Can Batham do it again? Sliggy meeting Weber towards window once again. Supposed to gun barrel there. Sees him. We're in a 4 versus 3.
Yeah, a whole lot better from Sliggy as he doubles it up as well. Sliggy in point into the round as he rips his way for everyone in front of him. Hat-trick from Sliggy. That is crazy. Just the play he needed to make into this. As sure, he's been getting those opening frags in the prior rounds, but he hasn't been able to link it together. And that is so dominant. Hungry for more as well. Unfortunately, had to reposition due to the Molotov. Fry will get an easy frag onto him. It's a 4K of his own into the round. Could he turn this into potential ace? As Keita, trapped on his lonesome. Oh, spots him out, but the timing is horrendous as he had a grenade out. Walks his way through now as well. 25 seconds left to play with. This could be crazy if he picks it up. It's so important. Flashbang goes through, tries to take the fight, but Keita will deny it. Denies the 5, gets them their 8th round on the board.
Finally a clutch going in favor of MnM as they make it 8-7 on their CT side Mirage. Much better showing here than Cash. No pressure here on this pistol round. If FM win it, they're going to be on 10. It's 10-8. And then it comes back to that question of how are these T sides, right? Anyone can mix a CT side, right? When you pug, you call your position, you hold your position, you are accountable for that area of the map, right? Cooling, fresh, no strats, nothing. It's going to be so hard for them to win those clutch rounds, to win those force buys. We saw FM, as soon as they'll put onto a quasi-buy of nades and take nines, they knew exactly what to do.
It's true. Coming into it as well, you've just got to wonder. Sure, MnM towards the end of that, they started to actually get some momentum behind them in terms of their fragging power, which is what they struggled on so much over on Cash. No one was on fire. Into this, there's actually some glimpses of vintage plays coming out, more of what we wanted to see from them. You can see Sliggy as well popping off towards the end there. That's going to reinvigorate him. That'll get him a little bit more hyped. That can then be the knock-on effect in towards his teammates.
Yeah, I think the man to watch, we've said his name so many times, is Robin. On this T side, can he get into connector? Can they pull off the 4-1 strategy of one player in a backstab sort of role towards CPL, towards connector, and then have the other 4 remaining players head out and attack that site head on?
And the thing is as well, the best way to achieve that is if Keita's back to his usual form, which he seemed like he was starting to step up here. He is a huge support player. Keita can perform well individually in terms of his fragging power, but also he is that effective role that is needed. The only way that Robin is going to be able to live up to his full potential is if Keita sets him up for that. He has to be flashing him in, getting him into the backline so he can then execute.
Yeah, he was a player that was good enough to, be a star, be that prolific player, but he also had the brain. And that's one of the things. He had such a solid grasp of Counter-Strike. They took on that support role, since then never looked back. Sets up the players like Robin, as you just mentioned there. Can he perform though? Kvix, very good on the CT side there. Basically cementing in those crucial rounds, right? They were getting wins versus the Ecos, the Force Buys and whatnot, but it was those clutch wins, those clutch rounds that Kvix won them. Definitely puts them in that scenario of 8-7.
You've got to wonder how they're going to feel coming into this, obviously, if they will have that hype behind them now. Is these pistol rounds, once again, I wouldn't be surprised if MnM kick it off with an absolute bang. Yep,
Nilzinho here. Kit and 2 flashes, this is different. Weber as well with smoke and 2 flashbangs. Different sort of CT pistol here we see coming out. Generally, you buy a kit and a smoke grenade. It's so hard for those Glocks to spam the smoke and try and find that frag on the diffuser through the smoke. But still, early aggression here. We could be seeing a flash over ramp.
Oh, Fry as well. He's playing on the close angle. This could go south for him. You'd imagine he'd get the opening frag and then be traded out. Struggling to get away, but he will be taken down as they find these opening picks. They are left with 4 players as well as they push their way on towards the bomb site. Weber is so low, but Stanley does damage, hammering down on this USP. Unfortunately, Weber will now hit the deck, leaving them in a 2 versus 3 retake scenario. 1 flashbang will be used from Nilzinho. Doesn't really aid them too much. That's the second flash. The last of their utility has now been burnt as they have to try and retake this. But Nilzinho goes huge! Massive play from the in-game leader. Just what he needed to do as he connects those headshots, leaving it just on Keita in an awkward situation. Surely they pick this up, but Keita is doing absolute work as he roams around, trying to get the second frag. Will do so. MnM somehow come out on top on another pistol round.
Somehow he lands, what, 8 body shots there with the Glock? Takes down Stanley. It's going to be a 1-for-1 pistols. 9-7 now, MnM. They could easily get to an 11-7 strong lead here. They can't allow themselves to lose versus the Force Buy here from FM. Going to be seeing 5 sets of armor, the same we saw in Cash, where they go for every single player buys up. Every single player on the side of FM has the skill of the pistols, has the skill of the rifles and the AWP. They're all so diverse and versatile. They can go for the full force buys. Not having the AWP on their CT side isn't really that big of a dent to them.
It's true. And this is the thing as well, my voice there, a little bit, it's taking a hit. It's taking a hit much like FM did in that round. As we work our way through, obviously, it's going to be important to see if they can actually link these together, though, because that's always the scary factor, right? We've seen it in the past where, sure, MnM get those amazing openers, but FM have been so easy to reset them. Yep. In all of their matchups, especially when we saw them play on Mirage before, it was the same scenario. They got the opening pistols, reset came in, that's when FM actually started to dominate from their CT side.
Yeah, I remember it was those crazy CZ headshots from, what, Pulse and Stanley and Nilzinho towards the B bomb site, where they kept winning those force buys. Weber spots 2 players in the bomb in mid. 1 minute on the clock. They know it's a slow play now from MnM, sorry. And again, they do have the 1-man advantage, but they are versus the CZs, and these players are so strong on that weapon. Going to be Sliggy leading the charge towards ramp. Try and cause a bit of a diversion, a bit of a fake, as the bomb heads towards B.
Themselves ready to make their approach towards that B bomb site. A little bit of a fake going on at A that is actually drawing a fairly big rotate over, but now Sliggy has been dispatched. You've got to wonder if they're going to be aware. They do hear the audio cues. Nilzinho trying to ward them off, but with just a measly CZ defending from short, it's going to be a hard fight as a lot of his teammates start to hit the deck as well. Pulse in the rear with the gear, does go large and in charge, connecting the shot off on towards Quicks, drops him on the ground, can scavenge that weapon as well as they try to mount their retake, but Fry caught off guard over by short. Keita takes him down instantly, and it falls just on Pulse. This is going to be so hard for him to do anything. Even if he gets away with his life here, I'd be surprised.
You saw right there, Fry1 checking his nades, swapping his weapons out, trying to remind himself, did he have a flashbang? Did he have a smoke to try and get out of short and try and cause an impact into that round? Fortunately, the timing was not in his favor. Pulse, whilst alive here, 1 versus 3, going to save this UMP. Then again, you know, if they go for a B stack, leave Pulse there as well with the SMG, they could definitely take the full eco. We saw FM win a full eco on their T side. Stanley with that crazy 4K, and Pulse actually eliminates both of those players. Great spray transfer from him. The money on MnM, they're all going to have to rebuy here. And it's quite an awkward buy, right? Do you buy a Mac 10 here, or do you buy that AK?
That was massive, though, towards the end as well. Even though it doesn't really affect the overarching round too much, it's still very important that he was able to get those 2 frags just to give themselves a little bit more to play with in this economy. He can also now go for the armor buy into this. So sure, they're not going to win this round. You'd be surprised if they could do anything, right? But the fact he's got armor on that UMP and can be a little bit more aggressive, doesn't really matter if he dies into this one now. And can try and cause a scene, at least wean out the economy of MnM a little bit.
Yep, 3 SMGs here for MnM. Be interesting to see if they carry that forward into the first buy round. Top connector smoke comes out from Robin. And that usually signifies a B split. That's generally what you do on your T side, anti-eco. You go for that B split. We saw Na'Vi be the first team to bring that out, and then a lot of other pro teams copying that, because splitting B is so good, because when you go through connector towards A, well, I'll get back to that, Jackie. Take a go.
Let's see how this will actually unfold. Fry had the drop on him. A sneaky strike as he comes in with a backstab. Will eliminate Sliggy, but Keita is quick on his toes as he gets the trade back through. Aggression towards mid as well. In these scenarios, usually Robin is a demon and can pick up so many frags. This time around, can't achieve too much, gets taken down. FM looking like there is potential for him to actually pick this round up as they keep linking these kills together. Pulse eliminating Keita now as well. Just leaves Batham and Quicks, 2 of the players that have the potential to pop off, but can Batham return to his form now? Let's see, as he needs to do something big. Sure, they don't have to face just yet. They're going to wait for the bomb noise, and they peek their way through. Batham with 1, but the trade won't be coming out as Pulse links the headshot in. Quicks works his way around now, rattling down the bomb. He's still being defused, has to get Stanley off it.
Done it.
Can do it, and it seems like they've been able to work their way through. Weber, no kit. Surely he can't get this.
Believe he does have it.
Oh, so close there. Once again, these defuses, clutch defuses for FM, where it's on the last few seconds. Absolutely insane.
So the point I was making, right? Anti-Eco's T-side Mirage, it was Na'Vi that brought up the B-split. You can actually smoke out CPL, so even if there's a CZ in there for the close range angle, you can smoke him out, smoke off the top of connector, smoke off window, flush yourselves out with the rifles, peek towards window, peek towards mid, whatnot, and then go up B short. Flush yourself up there, and once you're there, you're facing towards B site, and the angles are so long. You wait for the players on B short to take contact. Once they have, you molly off balcony, you flash car, or you molly car as well. And those players short, they have those long-range engagements versus the pistols, but MnM losing versus the full eco there, only an SMG on Pulse. Somehow, someway, Weber takes that 1 versus 1 with a very clutch defuse. But already, 1 player towards mid, it's the 4-1 play from MnM.
Trying to take that fight early towards ramp as well, and that's the thing, if they can get the drop on him there, it's really going to rely quite heavily on Robin to get those trades back through. We need to see some good, effective play coming out right now. MnM, they need to step it up and really start to bring their A game into this one. They rev their engines. You can see them preparing for this execute as the burst does begin to unfold. They work their way out. Great opener as well, taking out Pulse. Fry caught off guard, tried to reposition, but really couldn't achieve too much as he gets executed. Sliggy is going to be the one that was pulling the trigger in that scenario. Weber, sure, he's found 1 frag, but he has to try and work his way through an absolute armada of smokes that have landed next to him. It's looking awkward as he has to wait for his teammates to rotate in as well, so time burns away as the bomb gets planted, but Stanley connecting the headshot over on towards Batham. Things start to look up.
2 players towards ramp though. We saw the same bait and switch happen in the previous round with Kvix. Was towards ramp with a fellow teammate. Nilzini trying to get the trade, but Robin gets the spray transfer. Weber finds the frag onto Kvix. He's in a 1 versus 2.
Oh, Robin, that is crazy. Just the sort of play we need to see coming out from Man Weber. Elevated angle, connects the headshot, sure, but Sliggy's there for the fire back. Connects another one. That is going to be a 2K in the round for Sliggy. And MnM looking great.
That full eco win there. That full eco win there being a blessing in disguise. Blessed with a curse, because right now, their money's reset. They're going to have to go into another force bar. If they lose this, MnM will get to 12. And then MnM will be versus the full eco, a money stack round, have those SMGs farm up all that cash, all that eco cash. We could easily be seeing 13-8 here for the side of FM. I said it before, FM's CT side is weak, just like Weber's AWP with there. Goes for the Kenny S jump towards short, whiffs the shot. Kvix takes advantage of that.
Quicks on the aggression, working his way through. Very simple to get these kills over towards the big bomb site. Stanley! That's a bit of a mental shot. He connects on towards Sliggy there, but it's short-lived. That's going to be the only thing he achieves into the round, as he's now underground in a grave, left just with Fry and Pulse in awkward situations. They have to try and walk their way through. Fry, though, the headshot on towards Quicks. I mean, that is beautiful. He can grab the AWP. Wouldn't be surprised if he does just back off, keep that in his possession. Sure, Pulse can just try and hold for those exit frags, but surely Fry just needs to stay alive.
Yep, save the AWP. You have armor as well, so going into this next round, you can drop the AWP over to Weber. He can try and go for that same play, make the Kenias jump towards shore, try and get that frag on that player crossing towards back boxes. Or you could just simply push B, go for a palace peek if you have the spawn, try and have a crazy impact into the round. We've seen FM win 2 ecos now, back off, well, off of the bat of just, what, 1 player buying armor, 2 players buying armor, so still chance here for FM. But if they lose this, MnM making it to 13 already. And the money as well, it's decently strong. They have to see 2 players rebuying up as well. But if they win this round convincingly, 4 players staying alive, that's when they have the money to rebuy, continuously apply pressure to the CT side of FM.
Keep forcing their way through. This is the thing with FM right now. They need to try and bend but not break, and they're just looking so brittle when these pushes come through.
Talk about brittle. Weber, glass cannon AWP. Fry 1 has the armor, but he drops it over to Weber. We saw crazy AWP shots from him on Cash. Currently playing towards Ticket Booth, holding towards that CT ramp, but the play is the B bomb site. Good read here from Quicks.
They set themselves up. Start to make their approach through. You can see all that utility as well will rain their way over. Trying to zone out the CTs, make it life so much easier when they actually do go for this full commit. Nilzinho struggling to find an effective angle due to the site being completely ablaze. Will try and do something now as well as they drop their way off the platform. Keita rattling into him. Stanley actually in a very effective angle. It's hard for him to do too much though right now, it seems, as Robin just tears his way through them. Weber sitting on top of Ticket Box, hoping the push will come through Connector. They're going to be wise to it and just back off, not run the risk of losing a single member, and hold their ground towards that B bomb site.
Yep, save the AWP, try and play for exits if you're FM. With these pistols and no armor. Such a hard play. You have the only AWP, you can either go for a stack on a bomb site, right? Imagine if they stacked A, and then MnM, they still went towards the B bomb site, that's fine. You just save and you protect the AWP. If they do go towards the A bomb site, great. You've got 5 players there. You've got 4 pistols, close range, sandwich, under balcony, triple box, whatever. And then you have that AWP Ticket Booth, the AWP holding the CT ramp. Instead, they all scatter out. We saw a 2-1-2 setup, and the problem is when you play that, when you've only got an AWP in hand, it's so hard to save or win the round.
It's true. Awkward situation to be in. Robin will find that fragment towards Fry. Luckily, Weber has actually made his way through, though.
Exactly. Imagine Pulse didn't find that kill. That Keita could have easily double sprayed both of them down there. So, yeah. When you go for the stack, if you have the AWP there, it's much easier to protect it and to keep it alive into this round here like they did. Pause coming out, though. Yeah, this FM taking a tactical one, and if they lose this, it's pretty much over. Their money's low. They're going to be full buy into this one. Pulse is right now thinking, do I keep the UMP? Do I drop the UMP to Stanley? He plays B-Apps. He can buy full utility kit. He can play close towards B-App, play on the balcony or whatever. He can buy M4 kit and smoke flash. Tough call.
It's true. It is going to be a hard one. And the thing is as well, the flow of the game right now just looks a whole lot better. We were worried sort of in terms of mentality that they might be trapped in this, not take it as more so a best of one over maps and just come back in refreshed and really hit hard from that 16-3 defeat over on the first map. MnM look good. They look revitalized. FM, it's still the same star factor we're seeing. You've just got to wonder, what more can they achieve here? That City side, we know they have notoriously weak sides when it comes down to these important games. We saw, obviously, you know, in the qualifier to actually make their way through to even get here before the league started, they fell against Kaz because their CT side was just lackluster. They couldn't pick up any rounds. They fell to Kaz, obviously, then made their way back through the lower bracket. They're now in the grand finals, coming in here as that #1 spot.
Yep.
And you've got to wonder, is that going to be coming back to haunt them once again?
That's the problem, right? Whenever we saw them win Mirage, it was always crazy halves on T. 10 5s, 11 4s. And when they simply go 8 for 7, and then you have 7 rounds, they've only got 1 round so far. MnM have got 5. Still, Weber again towards middle with the AWP. Has full nades. Doesn't tend to hasn't headed towards connector just yet. Instead, going to see if there's any aggression towards short. Falls back, just holding for the window boost and holding for the short push.
Robin will start to kick things off, though, as he runs his way in towards the site. Unfortunately, Fry's looking far too good. Weber as well, as he deals the damage, firing from all cylinders with the AWP as he takes them down, leaving just Batham and Quicks trapped in this awkward situation. They have to try and work together here, but the headshot will come through. Fry gets dispatched. As Quicks now makes his approach as well, but Stanley too much to handle. Weber with another frag. This is just simple stuff coming out from FM into that round. Just blows left, right, and center. Yeah,
failed flash there from Robin. Those two close round players weren't blind and they won those duels. Imagine the players that came out Palace. The player on default would have been blind. You wouldn't have seen the double multi-frag there. Poor execution. Means that FM will take the 9th round here. 13 there for MnM. 5 AKs. Decent utility as well. Question is though, can they reset the money of FM? And if they do, if it gets to 14-9 and FM are put onto another weird force buy, quasi buy, at that point it could be GG. We could easily be seeing 1-1.
It's true. There is so much potential for them to actually find their way back into this and actually have a good bit of a lifeline into this overarching series. But let's see if it is going to potentially go that way. Early on, a slower start of CS coming out from MnM. This could be the changing factor as well that actually makes their lives so much easier.
Yep, getting control of short now. Could also get a luck player towards CPL. That is Robin. I mentioned before, he's either towards Connector or he's towards CPL. And now they can leave him. They can play the 4-1 CS where they can go back towards A, have him be the thorn in the backside. As soon as the A take comes in, have him lurk behind, try and find the kill towards the upper jungle, try and find that frag in window. See if he can make it happen. Molotov comes in, Fry1 has information, spots no one just yet. Good use of the molly. No flash, so quite a ballsy play to make there. But still, it's Kvix, Quicks, I want to say it, towards Connector.
Holding his ground right now as they set themselves up, ready to go for this explosion on towards the A bomb site, but they need to be ready. The smokes will zone in, zone out the CTs, but Weber, he's got the AWP in his back pocket and he knows how to will the weapon so effectively. Fry as well, frag comes through on towards Sliggy. Weber still trying to do work, unfortunately can't quite get the kill. The bomb will go down, but they're already so outnumbered. Keita shortly falls here to the pistol of Pulse, and it falls back on Robin, but the bomb is planted. This makes it so much awkward for him, because all those smokes are going down, but he has to peek. Someone could have been on the bomb at this point. He had no idea, forced to go for the face, and that is an easy kill for Weber.
That's a nice shot as well. 10-13, bomb did go down. The money for the side of MnM is not exactly what you're looking for. Could go for the quasi-buy here. Tech 9 nades. Could be seeing potentially a fast B split. Could be a Palace burst. Could be smoked up on mid, jump through the smoke, flash, try and get into connector fast. But from what we're seeing so far on the radar, 4 players heading towards B. And this could be that fast B split, or maybe just a simple B contact. I believe it's called the Sliggy, the B contact, isn't it?
It's true, or the J-Cam.
The J-Cam.
The Sliggy, slightly different.
No, the Sliggy is where you flash once you get contact.
It's true. It's the only change there as they make their way through towards the bomb site. But let's see if the Sliggy will pay off as they lead their charge. Nilzinho in a very nice angle if you can actually find the frags, but he's blind, forced to reposition. So Stanley's going to do the work instead. He gets lobotomized though as the headshot comes in off the back of Sliggy, who is living up to his name right now. The strategy's working flawlessly as they've executed on towards the B bomb site, and they can try and lock it down. Weber scoped in, hungry to try and get this response kill. Will go for the pot shot, very close as the bullet whizzes past their ears, but they've been able to brush their way on towards the bomb site. They can get that bomb locked down now as well, and things start to cool off a little bit.
So hard for them to retake this B bomb site, especially looking at that position there. So far up, aggressive towards short. Means if the bomb does go down, he has such a good position to hold off the afterplant. Still though, getting aggressive towards short. Will he win the duel versus Fry1?
It's very true. Can he find the opening frag? Struggling and will be punished because of this. Fry takes him down. Robin with a shot off on towards Pulse though. But there's Weber with the opening kill on towards Sliggy. And his duo in Fry able to get the headshot back on towards Robin. The defuse comes through and FM showing like they want to link all of these rounds together. They don't want to stumble now. That's 3 on the trot. Hungry to try and equalize the scoreline.
Robin leading the charge, 23 for him. Quicks as well, 21. The Swedish imports definitely paying their dues here. 13-11. Only 2 rounds separating these two teams. Before it was 13-8. Such a convincing showing from MnM, but FM, they found their footing on their CT side now. AWP on Weber, 4 rifles as well for them. On the flip side as well, MnM, they've got the same buy. 1 AWP on Sliggy. Is he going to get aggressive? We saw he played quite passive when he was the IGL for this team. Now, that burden is off of his shoulders. Will he play more aggressive, try and find the openings here? Would he simply just play passive?
They get themselves ready. This A site has been under so many attacks, and FM, they look like they know how to defend it very well. Obviously the changes this time around, Weber not stationed close by to try and get those opening frags. Is that going to be the difference maker as the push does start to come through? Fry with the Molotov out. is going to be aware of their positions, especially as he gets tagged now as well. But there we have it. Sliggy with the AWP finds the opening kill back on towards.
The molly would have caught Weber off guard. He already would have seen mid control and a first man advantage, and already Weber finds it. That Molotov, that third molly means you have a one-man advantage already for FM in this crucial round.
This is really the stars starting to align from them, giving them that second chance. It has to be a flawless performance from here on out if they want to try and take this into overtime. And you've got to ask yourself the questions, can they actually achieve this?
It's a big ask. Very, very big ask. They have the man advantage, but the firepower heavily stacked in favor of MnM. SMG on Quicks, 3 AKs as well. If they go towards Connector, take a close range draw with Pulse here. Very questionable, but it's Stanley with the CZ.
Oh, Stanley gives the game up, but it doesn't matter. He's able to find the frag on towards Sliggy anyway
With the CZ.
Oh, Stanley gives the game up, but it doesn't matter. He's able to find the frag on towards Sliggy anyway. We said how powerful these CZs can be in the right hands, and FM know how to wield them effectively. Nilzinho, hungry for more, will get the tag off, but it's not quite a frag just yet. Keita punishes as the push comes on towards the site, and Keita starts to go large as he connects these frags together, leaving them in a 2 versus 3 right now. Pulse burning to a crisp, is forced to peek. Can he do any damage? Unfortunately not. Quicks will rip his way through him with that SMG, but Weber's in the rear with the gear. This AK trying to tap down. Can he actually find any frags? Struggling right now as no one will peek towards him, but Fry is also arriving, rattling down from that elevated angle. Can kill Keita. Quicks forced to try and work quickly as the bomb timer ticks away. He can't quite find it. Fry will execute him as well, and FM, a round they had no real stake in, completely given to them just off the back of one mistake from MnM.
Exactly that. That third Molotov could be the difference between overtime or a 16-11 win. Money reset for MnM. Going to be 3 Tech 9s. Such a big lack of utility. You need nades on Mirage. Maybe skip one of these AKs and buy extra nades because you use one of your smokes. You smoked off top mid. And now what do you do with it? They're leaving, they go back towards B. You're playing that 4-1 setup, yes. The problem is, what can they do? It's going to be so easy now for FM to get all the information they need. They're going to see no one towards mid. They know it's going to be heavy towards either A or B.
That's the thing, setting themselves out right now for that potential aggression towards the B bomb site, especially with Quicks that, if he would have sold the fake towards the A bomb site, could have been deadly. But the thing is, being instantly executed by Fry there makes it so much harder. Now they're going to know this will be the commit. They can rotate fast, and Stanley's doing work as well. Gets the opening frag and doubles it up. Hungry for more. Can he get the hat trick? Close, but no cigar, as Keita will punish him with a Tech 9, but it's still 2 men left up against the 3 of FM. Surely this retake is possible. Look at the utility.
Yep. Only a smoke grenade on Robin and a flashbang. Robin towards bench. The Molotov goes towards default. Keita's flushed out the ankle but stays alive. Robin, the Swedish star, has to go absolutely mental in this round.
Yeah, he needs to go so huge if he wants to try and win this one for his teammates to potentially close the game out, but waddling through the smoke, Weber will be aware of his position, takes him down, the bomb defuse comes in, and we are still on the cusp of MnM closing it out, but FM are bringing their A game right now. That is round 13 locked down, 2 more to take this into OT.
Such an important bomb plant though. You can see now they can go for a quality buy, Tech 9, flashbang, whatever, go for a B rush, go for a Palace burst, whatever you want to do. Give up this round, forfeit this round. That bomb plant means that they will have the full buy, the full nades. You see how hard it is to play Mirage T-side when you've got 2 smokes. You smoke off top mid, okay. You keep the AWP's attention there for what? 15, 20 seconds. He spots no one mid, instantly he rotates. You have one of those A players hold towards connector. Suddenly you've got Weber towards CT ticket booth. You've got Weber towards kitchen, holding B apps. The chance of you winning that round is so unlikely.
Push comes through right now, everyone trying to sprint their way up towards connector, but there's the spray down from Pulse. An opening 2K, hungry for more as he struggles a little bit, but it won't matter, his teammates doing all the work anyway, and it's just Keita left. This is great. If they work their way through this round as well, and such a dominant performance, they're going to be setting themselves up for a fantastic final round, but that's where the real test of time will come up. Obviously, MnM, going into the last round of the half, they will have cash to play with. This one was essentially a given. It was done for free. Yep. This is where it's real.
What do you call? 15-14. What you're doing recently hasn't been working. Do you try and catch them off guard, go for a fast play? Do you slow things down? Play to their favor. They have the AW. If you went for smokes towards A and execute towards A, it could potentially work. The problem is the fact that Weber has the AWP and there's no AWP on the side of MnM. It's so hard for him to find picks. They need to be flashing these angles properly. Otherwise, it's going to be so easy for Weber to find those loose kills towards connector, towards B, and already you can see him pushing. Now, this is the thing that is so crucial when you have the AWP, right? You have the B spawn, you get boosted towards balcony. You can see Weber boosted here now. He has B all himself. Once he pushes B, smokes off B apps, that second player towards B, I believe it's Stanley, yep, he can then go towards and hold mid. You can leave 3 players on his site, or eventually he can go back towards A. You can see a 4-man A stack and the solo AWP player towards B.
The thing is, though, looking at this now, if we look at our utility here, obviously there's only 2 smokes left on the side of MnM. They do lose 1 player in Robin, though. That's huge. Not even the fact that the utility is now that effective, because losing Robin, he has that star potential when you get into the late round. Him being eliminated this early on is going to be a tough ask for MnM into this final round. That could be the difference maker that allows them to actually push this into OT at this point. Push comes through, still an abundance of utility to play with for FM as well. They can ward them off. They can burn so much time down here.
Yep. On their T side, FM, when they had the advantage, they played it slow still. A pulse towards under balcony, finds 2 frags. Sliggy lost alive, and it's OT.
Now that is just classic Pulse. I mean, how many times have we seen him go huge from that
Number
position?
1 play, yeah, number 1 player, the top 5 plays of the week, or whatever it was, plays of the season. Under balcony, shines again. 13-8 lead. They let it slip. Was it 15-11?
Yeah.
A failed Molotov versus the weird force by their pistols. You can see Sliggy there wiping his leg, the sweat, the pressure.
Rolls off his sleeves as well, of course.
Showing off them guns.
What guns, mate?
Oh yeah, where are they?
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know, it just looks sour. I mean, coming into it, obviously, there's fingers as well. We know that 9 times out of 10, for some unknown reason, on their CT half, when they're in an eco, if the CZs come out, Nilzinho will, for some reason, go huge of it. Yeah. Everyone else follows suit as well. And it's so weird because it's not what you expect, right? Sure, they made the mistake of allowing them to get the opening frag, but even then, you still have the advantage in firepower. Why are MnM taking those close-range fights?
It is questionable. You saw Sliggy pushing alone towards B-Apps as well, got caught off guard. I mean, what is he doing there? You're going for a B-split and you got 1 player, B-Apps. If he doesn't find that kill, the round's over.
Yeah.
Stanley picks up an AK. He can hold off the plant from B-Apps. He can stay alive, B-Apps, wait for the retake, and suddenly there's just so much pressure. It stops the after plant positions as well for the Ts. They can't go towards Apps or Car. Right now, for FM, you've got to be feeling pretty relieved getting this to OT, because if they win this in overtime, how much steam has MnM got left? They're pumped up, they're screaming. I mentioned before, Quicks shouting, they're up short, they're up short. They're pumped, they're fired up. It's just been winded by this overtime.
And that's the thing, that was a while ago now.
Exactly.
And look at the difference on their expressions from what we saw throughout the game. Obviously, Bayfam as well he's had a bit of a somber game. He hasn't been able to perform too much. Usually we speak quite highly of Bayfam as being able to do the damage, but you know, sure, Bayfam actually had a couple of very vital impact frags. He won a few rounds off of those important kills, but we still need to see more coming out from him. A return to form from Bayfam would be crazy.
What's crazy is no AWP as well. 5 rifles on both sides. Maybe this is because Weber knows they have strong utility. He expects them to use that against his AWP. But already it's a fast play out Palace.
Oh, it is a fast take as they might make their way through, but this round's gone so south for them already as the kills start to rain in. But Robin, the headshot on towards Fry could be actually crazy if they link these together. He's left with his Swedish partner in crime as well over on Quicks. Is there more potential in this round as they can recover the bomb? They have 1 minute and 20 left to play with. So much time as they can bide it. Get that bomb planted now, and Quicks as well. Surely he can get an execute. The position given away by Stanley from CT, but he doesn't do anything with it. He just rattles through the smoke, gets tagged down to 8 HP. Robin could not kill him. Quicks in a 1 versus 3 situation, over by Jungle. What can he actually do here as they push their way front to the site? Nade goes in, will actually get Stanley off the bomb, keeping him alive for now as he doesn't even need the nade. Rattles away with the AK, but Weber with a strike back. And FM get the opening round.
16-15 now, FM. In the first round of OT. MR3, so it's going to be 19 for FM to win it. 18 on both sides will mean double overtime for FM. Already getting that 1 CT round is so crucial. If they can get 17 here, MnM's money will be so low. You can see them investing into the AWP. Sliggy left on 1,000. If they lose this round, this could easily be MnM on a Tech-9 buy, a Galil buy, in that final round of first half of OT, and this could easily be an 18-15 scoreline here, but still. Weber, without the AWP holding towards mid. Players flooding out of that top mid area. Gonna spam through the smoke. Show some aggression. But falls back.
Nice tag on towards Bayfam, but still it's not going to be enough. Sliggy as well. Look, he's still going for this very aggressive play on his own. He cannot trade. No one can trade for Sliggy there. Why is Sliggy going off on his own?
It's the one way. He's done that one way many, many times before. Stanley needs to do one as well. Towards B-Apps. You jump on that those chest of drawers over the smoke. Weber, left side window. He always plays towards window. When he's got a rifle in hand, pistol in hand, you bet he's in that left cubby. Because once the smoke fades, he'll ask for a flashbang and he'll jiggle peek for information, but I think Batham may have saw him key to the Molotov. Will it fail again? No, it won't. And down you go.
Yeah, nicely done there. A little bit better in terms of communication coming out from MnM. We need to see more of this, though. It seems like occasionally we have Keita performing and actually stepping up and working around his teammates, but they just haven't been working around Keita, it seems. We can see as well, a lot of the players making what seem to be just rash judgment calls, especially with Sliggy, going for these peaks all on his own. He has no one that can trade for him, and they've been giving away that opening frag to FM far too many times.
This is not how the orb's supposed to be used as well.
Yeah.
He could be having so many B spawns, I'm not quite too sure, but we haven't seen Sliggy or really any aggression from an orb towards mid. Zinio finds the kill onto Quicks. It's a 2 versus 4.
Batham, though, on the entry. Is this where Batham starts to do some work once again, especially paired with Keita? This is a dynamic duo you want in these sort of situations. They know how to work together to a very high pedigree. Pulse, though, coming in for the potential retake with the backup of Fry. They have 2 angles they can play from as they make their approach towards a bomb site. Limited utility in terms of flashbangs, though. They do have a Molotov and smoke, so sure, they can zone them out and they can force them out of position, which will make their lives easier. Keita gets dropped as well, so it's just Batham left. He has to get that frag on towards Pulse to really achieve anything into this, as surely they find the kill. Fry comes round, helping out Pulse as well. They peek at the same time. Better communication on display, and they get another round. They are so close now as they work their way through.
Such a clutch bomb plant, though. Imagine they had 800 less there. Quick, so fast to buy that orb. Instantly buys it. It's not in your hands anymore, Sliggy.
This is better, though. This is the thing. As we were saying, right? Sliggy's going for these kind of plays
Crazy,
that, sure, you might get off
audacious.
one at a time. They're kind of one and done. You can't be using that as your standard default setup. Quick's on the AWP. Let's see what he's going to do with it. Okay.
Heading towards B, of course. Let's see. They generally smoke it off, have Stanley or Nilzinho play towards balcony, but actually jump spots, shoots his AWP. Might be able to catch one of these players off guard, and I believe he does.
Whoa.
Legs up, Nilzinho, 16 HP, and knows exactly where he is. Can he get the right timing? Whiffs the shot, nade comes in, and Nilzinho does fall away.
Look at the short aggression coming out, though. Utilising that utility, give yourself a clear path, work your way up short. Stanley rattling off those shots as well. They're completely aware of his position now and want to try and get the drop on him. They've taken control towards window room as well, as they are scaring them at B.
They are indeed. 2 players towards CPL, that's Robin. And Quicks. Still though. 5 versus 5, 1 minute left on the clock. Stanley close B apps. Will they check this angle? The apps have been smoked, it's been flashed now as well. He should be anticipated to be here. If he catches MnM off guard, then they don't deserve to win this.
It's true. He could be the catalyst to try and lock this round down, but surely they clear this angle. You wouldn't imagine they're just going to go in blind here. Batham leading the charge. Batham gets spotted out, and he gets the opening fragment towards Batham as well, but Sliggy, luckily enough, was quick on the reflexes as he lands the headshot and gets the trade. Leaves them in this 4 versus 4 scenario, though. Nilzinho is surely punished as Sliggy keeps the pain train steaming its way through. Weber will arrive on the scene, the AWP in hand. Can he still be that dominant factor with his teammates around him, his brothers in arms? They need to get these opening shots. Quicks is getting nothing but legs throughout this round. He's just landing those tags. He can't quite actually get the frags.
Yep. The jump comes in through apps and he only legs him. Robin, though, finds the kill onto Pulse. Weber does find the reface frag there onto Quicks. 3 versus 2. They have kits. They have a flash and a smoke. Fry 1 towards bench. Can he find this kill onto the player's site? Gets dinked up. Finds the first one to Sliggy. 2 versus 2.
A good situation with the bomb. You can hear it rapidly beeping. He has to get the stick with a defuse. Spray comes in from Fry, but no reason for Robin to peek. He cannot get it. Time to run away and back out of there.
17-16 will be your scoreline. 2 rounds for FM on their CT side. It's decent. It's decent. It's their T side where we anticipate most of the rounds coming through.
This is the thing. Going into this next half, right? That T side, this is a good scenario for them. You need to get 2 rounds to win this game.
Exactly. MnM need all 3 on their T side. If they let 1 slip, the best they can ask for is double OT. And the longer it goes on, the more you think about, we should have won this in regular time. We should have won this in regulation. It should have been 16-11. It's going to be playing on the back of their minds if they do lose this, especially. But still, it's a big ask here for MnM to win 3 CT rounds versus the T side of FM.
That's where they dominate. That's where they've always been so effective. I mean, we thought going into this they would have a sloppy CT half, and sure, they didn't have the best one in the world, but towards the end there, they really stepped it up and brought it back to a good caliber. Meanwhile, in their T half, they looked ferocious.
Yeah, exactly that.
You've just got to wonder, though, if it is going to go that way. Obviously, the nerves might kick in. And then, as you said as well, energy coming in as a factor over for that side of MnM. They wanted to close the game out. They looked like they were going to close the game out, and it's just not gone that way, and it's getting worse by the second.
Yeah, they found that final round on B. Weber has the AWP. For the final round, he buys the AWP, and he's left in a scenario when it's a 3 versus 3 and he has to retake. He finds the kill onto Quick, but from there, retaking the B bomb site with an AWP is near impossible. You have the close angles towards in front of window, on the site, all the angles towards bench as well, and short. You just can't cover them with the AWP. Constantly having to scope in left and right. If he'd kept to that rifle, who knows? Maybe he didn't find that kill onto Quicks. Yes, but he could have been faster to have an impact on that retake. Could have gone out of kitchen faster. Try to find that first frag, but right now we're just waffling, and we are going live. 2 rounds for FM, 3 for MnM. AWP on Quicks. Is he going to go towards mid or B? He's going to go towards B. Last time we saw him go here, he was going to find that frag because he wasn't boosted. We saw Weber being boosted, utilized as I was hoped to see, but already going to be the 3 men towards mid. No AWP on Neilzinho. They're going to try and take mid control, get towards connector, get towards B shot, flash those angles, maybe smoke the top of connector, go for a split through it. FM, they love to do the connector burst through the top connector smoke.
Nades being used very effectively so far by MnM into this one, as they've done so much damage onto the side of FM already, forcing them out of effective angles. And Keita, striking at the right time, could be such an effective power play as he works his way round, taking down Stanley. That is a massive opener into this round. Look how low everyone is as well. They can't react off the back of it. There was no room for a trade. And MnM with what could be a very juicy starter.
See already, they smoke off connector. They're getting close to the smoke. One flash comes in. It's an abysmal flashbang. Fry one though, from ramp. Batham will find that frag, but Weber creeping through the smoke. 180 doesn't win the duel.
Struggling, everyone getting picked off. A flawless round comes out from them on their CT half. Not really what we expected getting into it. And the thing is as well, the role changes coming into effect a lot better. I like the fact we have seen Sliggy actually step off the AWP. What we saw before when we were casting them, previously in a different league, when we worked our way through, Sliggy, when he was playing towards short, very heavily stationed with that AWP, it was way too static. They learned how to counter in the first 2 rounds, and he had no idea what he'd be able to do working his way through that. Quicks on the AWP, especially in the change up toward the late T half as well, it seems like he has a lot more confidence and knows how to utilize himself more effectively.
Exactly that. More diverse, dynamic, moving around the map. B towards A, and also middle. Still though, we heard them getting fired up, shouting. They won that round, finally their energy's there. If they win this next round, that's when it's all to play for FM.
It's true. This is the thing coming into it obviously as well. FM going to go for the pause here. Not only will this give them a small break in the action to try and rally themselves together, talk about what's gone wrong, because they realise we can still close this out. We still want to work our way through. Let's see how this is going to go. Obviously, it's not too far gone just yet. And there's always that factor of if they do make their way through and allowing them to get another on the board, sure, they can still take it into a double OT.
Yeah, that flash as well through connector was absolutely abysmal. Blinded no one. Didn't work, and Fry1 just got hammered by Batham. He wasn't blind. A better flash there. If Fry1 found that first kill, that could have been 18 on the cards for FM. 17-17. This could be a fast B split. I like this play if they do it. This could also be the B fake. Actually, no, if it was the B fake, you'll have players towards a ramper. I like the B split here. If it pays off. If it pays off, of course.
If it pays off, and it's always that scary factor with Keita on the aggressive angle. We saw previously how you could get that opener from this angle, fall back immediately. I mean, at most, they should surely find the trade here. But the difference maker is in terms of the rotate as well, how quick they could get there. And Quicks is stationed on short with the AWP. He can do so much work. Nades come in, Keita has to react fast. 1K, 2K, he goes his way through, nearly linking it on for the hat trick, but it doesn't matter as Quicks is on the scene to beat them down, doing work with this AWP. Connects the tag on towards Weber as well, as they're so low at this point as the push comes through into the bomb site. They are struggling to find these shots. Batham will punish him. Weber left with 17 HP in a 1 versus 4 situation. Surely he can't achieve anything here.
Can't do economical damage. 17 HP as well. The chance you win this is so slim. Doesn't even find the first frag. Cross in his head, but whiffs it. Match point now for MnM, 18-17. If FM take this, we could be seeing double OT on Mirage. And the buy, I mean, Tech9s. We could see the B fake. We haven't seen that just yet. Could also see the same force buy we saw when they were on Eco, where they did the smokes A, Molotovs were sandwiched, the good flashbangs as well. They have an AK on Neilzinho. How is he going to utilize this? How is he going to get the full effect out of the only rifle? You have an SMG on Fry. Could potentially try and jump upstairs, get aggressive towards connector, but They're going to throw the smokes A, grab the bomb, and head back towards B apps. I don't know how I feel about this one. You can already see the players aren't budging from B.
Yeah, it seems like kind of a last-ditch attempt at this point. They have to do something. Through a little bit of initiative in there, but that over-rotate will surely not come out from MnM. They haven't been rotating that vastly in the past, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're not going to start doing so now. But aggression towards that B bomb site. Meanwhile, over at A, it's a bit of a bloodbath with Robin kicking it off. Keita, though, the timing could be key here, actually, if they find the frag. Pulse as well, using these Tech 9s to a great effect as he gets a 2K. That is mental that he's been able to link up that second frag on towards Quicks. The range was insane. Now left into a 3 versus 3. They're starting to scavenge weapons as well. Pulse, if he takes down Sliggy here, this could be so good, and he does it! Pulse, a hat trick so far, working his way through. The man is going crazy. Frag after frag coming out. Unfortunately, his teammates start to get dropped. He does get the quad kill. Connects the headshot though, and it's now left in a 1 versus 1. Weber to try and defend this bomb and make them work their way through into double OT, whilst Batham has to retake it. Approaching the site, Weber surely wins this round, playing from short. This is so easy for him. He just has to find the headshot as he goes for the jiggle peek, trying to get the information. Batham clearing all of the angles, has to do something quick, has to react right now. Weber should take him down. There it is, 18-18. They take it through to double overtime off an insane play coming out from Pulse.
It's a short plant, and the last place he checks is short. Still though, 18-18 is the scoreline. Once again, MnM have match point. They let it slip. You can see, one round they're pumped up, next round, look at them.
Yeah.
Lifeless.
And honestly, this is the thing though, right? It's the fact they think they should have closed the game out. They're thinking in their mindset, when you get towards those late rounds, especially with Robin and co, right? Everyone's like, right, we're better than them. We can close this out, let's win it now.
Yep.
As soon as you don't get that final round and you lose in such a degrading fashion with Pulse, just doing the unthinkable into that scenario, right? That's when you're just like, guys, what's going on? How can't we win this?
Very high highs, very low lows.
Yeah.
Momentum-based team, and it can be a downfall. You can get 6, 7 in a row, but when things get tough and you're losing those rounds, you rarely see them go 1 for 1, 2 for 2. They get a multiple amount of rounds in a row, and then they lose many, many in a row as well. They're very, very momentum-based.
Exactly. They just take a hit, it knocks them, and they just don't know what to do. Now, coming into this as well, the difference maker is that obviously this time around, FM won't be on that CT side to start with, so they're not on their worst half at the beginning. Is this a blessing, or do you reckon this is going to be a curse?
To be fair, FM have looked pretty strong on both sides. They had a very slow start on their CT side in regulation time, when they went, what, 1 for 7 or whatever it was?
Yeah.
But from that point onwards, as soon as we saw the AWP being used differently from Weber, we saw 5 rifles coming out for them on their CT side, faster rotations, better retakes as well. Things definitely changed. Still. In double OT, I mean, FM, they've shown everything they've got. Right, they have this B fake, but are you going to pull it out on LAN when the other team knows exactly what the strat is? I mean, even me and Ezio, we know what it is just from watching the games. And if they've watched their demos, they know about that strat. They can potentially pull that one out. How do you mix it up? If you're Neil Jr. right now, I saw him talking to Weber, potentially asking him, like, what do I do? What do we do? The strat book has been rinsed. Where did you go from there?
It's true. They've burnt everything they can bring to the table, and there's a lot of stuff that, sure, they could go for if they want, but they don't want to because they know they instantly will know how to counter it, and it's probably going to hinder them more than just trying something a little bit shock and awe.
Yeah, exactly that. Again, 5 rifles on the side of FM. Going to be the AWP on Quicks. We saw very good dynamic AWP pick from him. Definitely better showing on the AWP than we saw from Sliggy here.
The thing is as well, since we've seen Sliggy actually move back to that rifle role, he's been landing his shots. He's been looking actually quite on point. We had that 3K coming out from the bomb site defense. It's nice as well because Sliggy obviously can roam a lot more when he's with that rifle.
Still, early damage dealt to Fry. 61 HP for him. Sliggy again towards window, playing passive. The AWP is towards B short. They have mid covered. Problem is though, will Sliggy find the frag onto Weber? No, we won't, but the reply there from Robin finds the kill onto Stanley.
Stanley getting taken down is going to be a bit of a sour taste in their mouth to kick this one off. Not really the way they wanted it to go. They're going to struggle to find these trades as well. Fry knocked down to 50 HP, forced to reposition. As well, Robin keeping this paint train going as he eliminates Weber. Pulse can fire back as he takes him down, but they're in such a sticky situation now as they make their approach towards the A bomb site. Sure, they've started to encroach their way on, and Pulse is doing work. 2K to his name so far into the round. 30 seconds left to play with. The bomb will have to go down shortly. Batham trying to use that elevated angle. Did get a bit of information, but couldn't find anything to really aid them just yet. Flashbang goes over. They're not going to peek off the back of it, though. They're still just holding their ground. Spam coming in, barely missing the tees.
3 versus 3 retake. Only 2 flashes in the smoke on Sliggy and Keita. They have kits. They can slow this one down. They can wait for the faces from the tees. Fry towards Firebox there. The CTs, they don't have a Molotov to clear him out. He could be the linchpin here. Spotted out, though.
Fry, as the push comes through, can he actually wall them off? Unfortunately not. Everyone's getting dropped. Nilzinho as well, struggling to find the frag as he goes through the smoke spam, and Sliggy gets away with the defuse as his teammates defend him.
Risky defuse there. If those CT players don't find those frags, that could have been 19 on the board for FM. Instead, it's 19 for MnM. CT side, it feels like it's all about the CT side, right? Both of these teams got 2 CT rounds and 1 T. We need to have a team win 3 CT in a row, or just have a better showing on the T side. FM, they're out of strats. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
MnM, they're a mix. Of course they're going to struggle on the T side.
Thing is, though, difference maker potentially. I mean, the only change to their really ideas that we've seen, Nilzinho now donning the AWP into this OT. Is this going to be the fallback? Maybe just playing to that contact style that we know he can do so well?
Potentially. Typically, when he AWPs towards mid as well, he's holding window and setting up the other players. You can see how split they are. It's a 2-1-2 setup. The AWP currently towards Palace. He's trying to catch Sliggy off guard, and he might do it just now. Actually, doesn't face. He throws a flashbang.
Oh, this is very awkward. Sliggy as well, allowed to get away with this, but
There
it doesn't matter. Nilzinho luckily can still find that frag. Aware of the position of Batham as well, as he just sprints around like an elephant on the bomb site. Surely he takes him down, but he won't actually need to, as his teammate's going to do the work for him. It's Quicks there, playing from jungle though. Molotov comes in to try and burn him, but he's still allowed to stand his ground. Frag on towards Stanley. It's a 2 versus 4. Sure, they're outnumbered 2-1, but this rain of grenades flooding into him should force him out of the round for at least a couple of seconds, allow them to get into better situations, but Quicks is still fighting his way through. Luckily, Weber with a headshot connection. His brains get splattered all over the floor, and it falls onto Keita to try and pick this one up in a 1 versus 3 retake. No nades. Luckily, the silver lining, obviously, he has that all-important kit, so if time starts to tick away, he can still keep himself alive, but the backstab's coming in as well with Pulse, but it won't even become down to that as Fry finds the headshot.
That's the skill we're talking about. England, UK, we've got the skill. It's the team play and the stability of the rosters. FM, they've been a team for, what, 2 months now? And that's years in terms of UK Counter-Strike, right? Still, though, 19-19 is the scoreline. I believe it needs to be, what, 22? Yeah, it needs to be 22 on the board for a win here. 21 on both sides for a triple overtime on this Mirage map. Nilzinho, he said that Mirage would be close. He said that they've read their demos, oh, sorry, seen their demos, and it definitely shows. Sliggy with the AWP towards B, whiffs the shot. This could force a rotation from window, but instead they're going to hold their ground.
Honestly, the thing is, coming in with all the factors into this as well, with Quick stepping off the AWP, giving it back to Sliggy, I don't know how this one's going to go. You've got that double AWP setup. There is a lot of potential for them to actually pick this round up, as in the past we've seen Sliggy actually being quite a bit of a leak towards that B-bomb site.
Yeah, indeed. SMG and Robin as well. I could play a factor. Playing towards default, those long-range duels from, well, mid-range duels towards Tetris could play a factor with the SMG, but Pulse flushed up short. Could potentially get into CPL here, but Quicks is here to answer.
Is he going to find this frag? The push does start to come around. He's seen the gun barrel. He has the drop on him, but somehow he doesn't find the kill. Pulse able to get the kill back. This is crazy now as the flood comes in towards the B-bomb site. Sliggy, in the past, he has been a bit of a gap towards the B-bomb site, and once again, he fails when he needs to go huge. The apple crumbles on display. It's a buffet on the B-bomb site, Snods, and it is horrendous to watch, left with just 2 men left standing. Sure, they're going to find a couple of frags, but this retake is going to be so awkward. Batham as well! The timing allows Weber to get the kill so easily, and it's just Robin trapped in the shop.
Not too much you can do here. Not any real point of saving the SMG as well. Stepping towards kitchen. They know exactly where he is. Stanley is low, could maybe find that frag, but what do you get out of it? The chance to win this round is literally impossible, and he does fall 20-19. FM need 2. MnM, how many times are we going to say it? They need every single round if they want to win this. If they go 2 for 1, we're going to be seeing triple OT.
Could be an absolutely insane factor. Obviously in our double OT, already working our way through. 2 rounds required to close this out. They're on their CT half, though. It's looked better, sure, but it's always historically been their weaker half.
Exactly that.
You've got to be worried for them.
For MnM, This T side, something has to change. Sliggy on the AWP wasn't really getting too much done. He's going towards B-Apps constantly. We saw Quick as well going towards B-Apps, but Neozinho, Stanley, yes, they gave away a leg shot when he was jumping onto balcony. But they're going to smoke Balk. They're going to play safe. They're not going to give away early gimmicky kills like that. So hard to utilize the AWP versus FM because they're not going to, you know, I've just mentioned it there. They're not giving away the gimmicky kills. You can't just simply go mid with an AWP, go short and peek triple, peek towards CT, peek towards connector. They're not going to give away those frags. Weber plays so passive towards window. If he's got a rifle, he's just going to hide. If he's got an AWP, he's going to rotate towards ticket booth and hold CT ramp. Yeah. Then you can have a rifle play stairs, play towards jungle and hold the connector push. They're not overfacing, they're not giving away the early frags. It's so hard to AWP versus them. That's why we saw success from the 5 rifle setup.
Yeah, it's true. And that's the thing as well, coming into this. You know, where usually you see MnM ESL coming into that is that CT half because they can just lock things down. That T half as well. Normally they can at least still bring something to the table, but it just looked kind of confused. We saw 1v1 faces where there was no possible way of them getting trades. And the thing is, sure, you can try and run the risk on those occasionally. You might catch someone off guard. But as you said, we saw that AWP beat so many times in a row.
Talking about AWP, Weber charging through that Molotov. Doesn't really spot too much. Gets legged up. Quick to find the first frag onto Stanley though. And there's the frag towards, I believe, B short. Actually, no, he's boosted a balcony. How has he lost that duel? He should win that every single time.
That is mental.
What?
And Quicks as well, doubling it up now as he works his way through. This shouldn't be going down like this as he's been able to slip his way towards the B-bomb site and is causing havoc as he tears his way through. Weber is there hoping to shut them down in this push, but he still can't. Quicks, a hat trick with the AWP. He started to really perform. We wanted to see him back on the AWP. He's done a fantastic job so far. Pulse grabs one of his own though. Headshot off on towards Sliggy. Quicks trying to bait him out, hoping that he'll take the fight, thinking that he can take him down. Oh, but Pulse, the second headshot of the round. Sure, they've got some flashy frags into this one, but they might as well just back off, save those weapons at this point.
Yep, the CT economy is so fragile, especially in overtime with $10,000. You buy double AWP setup, and you lose that first round. If you don't save both of these, or one of these AWPs at least, your economy will be in tatters. Just Fry1 and Pulse trying to save their AWP. And M4, here's the player behind him. Robin scoping with that AWP. We saw Quick get so many crucial frags. And actually, Robin finds the kill onto Fry. 20-20 is the scoreline. MnM need 2. They both need 2. This could easily be triple OT.
Yeah, it's so close right now. So much potential. The pause comes out as well. And this is scary.
Do we know who it's from?
Not got confirmation just yet on who's actually brought that pause in, but obviously the thing is, working our way through this, it's just looked like it's a battle of, you know, the test of time and stamina of how they can actually really lock this down. It is going to be a technical pause coming out, obviously, for FM, once they just work their way through that.
I mean, how was Stanley lost that duel? Okay, you're boosted up on balcony. You have the advantage. Has Quick just outpeaked him? Has Stanley whiffed?
Yeah, that's the thing. You've got to ask yourself that question, because that is a massive leak as well.
We saw it on Cash when he was playing quad, whiffing the easy shots.
And you get that opening frag off the back of that, instant aggression towards the B-bomb site. And Quicks was uncontested throughout that round. He was able to get that hat trick very easily. It wasn't until Pulse actually went in and got the AWP back in his hands that he was able to do damage. And the thing is, I feel like we've just seen FM getting kind of stuck in a rut in terms of their decision making. They're making calls and sticking with them even when they begin to fail. We saw as well, Weber towards mid, I would like to see him rotate off a lot earlier than he did. He stuck around for far too long, I feel. Yeah. It seems like everyone is kind of getting stuck in position.
And that might just be the factor that they've played, what?
Nearly up 2 whole games of Counter-Strike.
Exactly, 40
almost.
rounds.
Yeah.
So, after playing 40 rounds, things get a bit dull. I mean, it feels like he's gone window every single round. Generally, when you AWP your CT Mirage, you need to be dynamic, okay? If you're the AWPer, you're going towards B-Apps. You're peeking Palace for the spawn, you're peeking it from Connector. We saw that from Weber. But one of the things with FM is, because they don't have that designated AWPer, they just swap it.
Yeah.
You want to AWP A? Well, Neozinho, there you go, have that. Or you want to AWP short, Stanley or Neozinho will take it towards short. If you want to AWP B-Apps, Stanley will take it towards B. If you want to AWP window, Weber AWPs towards window or connector or whatever. But the AWP isn't in the same hands every single time, and that could potentially be the easy shots being missed, like we saw towards, well, on Cash and potentially as well on that balcony peak from Quick.
Scary as well. Obviously, that's the whole difference maker and what we were kind of hoping MnM would go for. in terms of, switching things out in terms of the AWPing style. Sure, Sliggy is your primary AWPer, but if something's not working, don't just stick with it. You need to have that adaptation, and that's what they've done now. With Quick's actually taking it over,
good.
It makes his life so much easier as well. AWPing as an in-game leader, it's a lot easier than being that rifle.
Yeah, people always speak up Rattlesnake.
Yeah.
And how, but it's so easy to call when you're AWPing. Can you explain about that?
It's just like, it's a step back in terms of that rifling position. Obviously, as well, with the AWP, you can play those far back angles, sort of chill out a lot more. Focusing towards the radar in terms of micromanaging, it's just easier.
Yeah, one thing as well that, when I was playing as well, I was like, on Cobblestone, I remember Amy said that it's so easy to call on Cobblestone with the AWP, and I was like, really? Should I be doing more with my AWP? Should I be saying or calling, or should I be taking more initiative with my AWP and pushing or something like that? And he goes, no. Simply put, when you AWP an IGL, you peak what you want to peak.
Yeah.
You lead where you want to lead. You don't tell someone to push alley, to peek NPC on Cobblestone or whatever. You do it yourself, and you lead the charge, and people rally behind you. Talk about leading the charge though. Fry finds 2 crazy frags towards mid. After the pause, already there's a 2-man advantage for FM eSports.
Just what they needed. That little burst of energy returning to form as they work their way through this. So much potential. Obviously, they can still try and shut it down in this OT if they get these next 2 rounds. And the mix from Quicks, I mean, the worst possible timing for him to not land a shot.
Yeah, you find that kill towards jungle. Suddenly you can burst out. You're facing towards default. You're facing towards CT. You don't have to worry about jungle or connector. It's so easy for you to get trade frag at least. And now he's forced to peek into the AWP of Pulse. And you'll lose that duel. 5 versus 2. FM about to get match point, and a Sliggy and Keita can pull something crazy off.
They are trying to take that aggression. Keita doesn't spot out Weber's position either now, though, as he's focused over by window. Looking like there is potential for him to actually go through this in a very clean sweep. Obviously, it's only Stanley currently stationed towards the B-bomb site. Nilzinho is close by, I think, just probably scoped in towards Apshia, playing from shop there. So they should find these frags. Keita actually brushing his way around. Will walk into Nilzinho's crosshair. Spots him out. Stanley finds the kill, though. A little bit awkward towards that B-bomb site, and now it's just Sliggy left. A 1 versus 5, walking his way in towards B. So much utility, but seeming like he's just going to sprint his way in, not even going to try and use a flash, just peeks into Nilzinho. Easy kill comes out. They are 1 round away from closing this out.
Good communication. It's so easy right there for Nilzinho to not say he's double scoped in towards Apps. So easy for Stanley just to be bench, hold short, or hold whatever, but he's holding the kitchen push for Nilzinho. And that frag alone, it was a 2 versus 5. I mean, if they found the kill onto Nilzinho, maybe found a trade frag onto Stanley, 1 versus 3. It's a big ask, but there's potential, right?
Yeah.
FM potentially taking this now. 21 rounds, they need 1 more to make it 22, and to win the second map 2-0 after being 15-11 down in double OT.
Thing is as well, right, we look at this, MnM, in terms of the buy, they don't have that AWP out. The AWP's been what's been getting them even those early impact frags, and also towards the end with Quicks. He's been shutting down a lot of potential star fraggers on the side of FM. This time around, they only have the rifles.
Then again, though, we saw some success from MnM when they had the 5 AK setup. Problem was, though, as soon as they got the AWP into Quicks' hand, that's how they found their T rounds. And now Robin towards connector. This is where he needs to go absolutely bonkers. Problem is that you can see the setup already for the CTs. They got the AWP towards bench. You got Stanley playing towards Van. With a flash, actually he's caught off guard by Keita towards CPL. 2-2. 2-0-2, sorry, is the CT setup right now. Robin understands if he finds that frag towards A, there'll be 1 more player left. But Stanley and Pulse find the frags. This could be it.
Stanley, that is insane, just to play the man who needs to pull out of the bag into this scenario. We've seen him getting these countless highlight spray downs, and that is ridiculous. He was able to get through that unscathed. Stanley as well, another frag. They close it down. Somehow, Stanley does the unthinkable that final round. The stress on their faces as this game has gone on for so long. A game that MnM should have closed out yonks ago.
Mental. 15-11 down, 13-8 down. They win the force by the CZ buy, the 3rd Molotov there from MnM. And that's it. From there, momentum shifted. They made it to double overtime, and they take it 22-20.
Well, that was just a crazy display. I mean,